Women pioneers. The unsung heroes of computer science. For decades, the narrative of computer science has often overlooked a critical truth. Its foundations were built largely by women, working in conditions far removed from today's sleek tech offices. From writing the first computer program to enabling lunar missions, their innovations shaped modern technology. As Women's History Month concludes, it's crucial to recognize their contributions. The first program, Ada Lovelace and the Analytical Engine, the world's first computer program, wasn't written by a man in a garage, but by Ada Lovelace in 1843. Daughter of Lord Byron, she translated an article about Charles Babbage's Analytical Engine, an early mechanical general-purpose computer. However, Lovelace didn't just translate. She improved on the original work, adding extensive notes that outlined how the machine could manipulate symbols beyond just numbers. She theorized that the engine could compose music or produce graphics if data were converted into numerical representations. This insight, that machines could process more than just calculations, was decades ahead of its time. Her notes effectively tripled the length of the original article and are now recognized as the first algorithm intended to be processed by a machine. This wasn't just math, it was the birth of software itself, from tedious labor to automated code. Grace Hopper and the compiler early programming was a grueling process. Coders laboriously wrote programs as long strings of numbers. Grace Hopper, a computer scientist and naval officer, solved this problem in 1952 with the invention of the compiler. This program translated high-level code, like Java or Python today, into machine-readable binary. Hopper's compiler, A0, was revolutionary because it allowed programmers to use more natural language instead of raw binary. Her earlier work on the Mark I computer led to the concept of subroutines, reusable code snippets that saved countless hours. She later helped develop COBOL, one of the first English-based programming languages. Hopper didn't just write code, she made machines more accessible to humans. The unseen architect of GPS, Gladys West. Modern GPS wouldn't exist without the work of Gladys West, joining the U.S. Naval Proving Ground in 1956 as the second African-American woman to do so. She led the team that calculated the Earth's shape and satellite orbital routes. Her complex mathematical models provided the foundation for the accuracy of today's GPS systems. For decades, West's contributions went unrecognized. She only received the U.S. Air Force's Space and Missiles Pioneers Award in 2018, and in 2021 became the first woman to win the Prince Philip Medal from the Royal Academy of Engineering. Her story highlights how systemic biases can erase crucial scientific contributions. Weaving code for the moon. Margaret Hamilton and Apollo missions. The Apollo missions relied on software designed by Margaret Hamilton and her team. In an era before silicon chips, code was stored on core rope memory, essentially. Copper wires woven into a rope, with loops representing binary zeros and gaps representing ones. Hamilton's team used a facility of women who had previously worked in textile mills to construct these memory units. But the software itself was the real breakthrough. Hamilton's team designed error detection and recovery systems that proved critical during Apollo 11, preventing a mission-aborting crash. Looking back, we were the luckiest people in the world, she later said. There was no choice but to be pioneers. These women didn't just write code, they built the foundation for modern computing. Their innovations, often done in obscurity, shaped the world we live in today. Recognizing their contributions is not just about honoring the past. It's about inspiring future generations of scientists and engineers.